Hi everyone, welcome to JOANTalks, and I'm your host, Joan Liu. My goal for this podcast is to focus on putting together the knowledge and science relating to your health, fitness and nutrition that is easily understood and accessible by everyone. Without further delay, this is today's episode. Hi, welcome back to JOANTalks. Given that we are still in the early part of the year, the topic for today is all about exercise. Now, this is a huge topic, so I will be covering a series of episodes about it. And because it is an important topic and a topic that I deal with daily for the past 30 years in my fitness career, I get asked by many people on how they can improve their cardiovascular fitness, increase their strength, improve their health, or all of the above. So today's episode, I will talk about the importance of having a goal in your training and why training to be a centenarian athlete will provide you a structure, how we identify the pillars of exercise where people are most efficient, and how you can apply the various protocols to not only make the most improvements in those areas, and you can add variety in your training. So from this, we can look at which group you fit in, whether you have been exercising for a long time or you have never exercised at all. To begin with, having a goal is necessary because otherwise you don't really know what to do. Then you identify the areas that you will need the most help in, no matter what level of fitness you are at. So not too long ago, my phone popped up a photo memory of myself preparing for the Arnold's Classic in Ohio, Columbus. It is quite amazing how technology works these days. So in the photo, I was at the same weight as I am today. But of course, my body composition was completely different. I was training very hard, perhaps at least 3 times more than what I am today. In late 2019, after I was done with my last pro event in the US, both my parents were diagnosed with Alzheimer's dementia. I have shared about this on my social media. After that, COVID travel ban came across the globe. I had no idea how things would turn out and when I'll be able to travel to compete again. I went through a period at a time where I had no specific goal to train for. Over the next 2 years back then, I saw how my parents weakened, and it was worsened from inactivity due to the lockdown restrictions. I remember them clearly being healthy and stronger just 5 years prior to that, and how fast they have deteriorated with this condition. That was then when I realized I need a goal, and I need to treat life as an athletic event. So the idea of being a centenarian athlete came to me. Of course, there is no particular event tagged to being a centenarian athlete, or even becoming a centenarian isn't necessarily my objective either, since none of us have the ability to control exactly how long we can live to. But what I can is to imagine how I want to live the last decade of my life, what I want to do, and from there, I need to train for it now. So depending on the age you are at now, then when you look at your future, you tell yourself, okay, these are the things I want to be able to do in the last decade of my life and how I can prepare for that. You can apply the metrics and know how much these metrics will decline with age. You can then decide how much stronger you want to be at 50 than you will expect to be at 65. So for example, if you think about the things that you want to do, such as you still want to continue to go your hiking, you want to do some traveling, you want to be able to manage your suitcases, you want to be able to run after your grandchildren, etc., etc. So I was looking at this study that was done in 2021, and the title of the study was Physical Activity and Fat-Free Mass During Growth and in Later Life. So the objective of the study was to see the association between fat-free mass and physical activity in relation to age. Okay, so It says that physical activity may be a way to increase and maintain fat-free mass to prevent sarcopenia in later life, and similar to prevention of fractures by increasing peak bone mass. And in the study, it shows some graphs, and we can just observe that there was a steady increase in lean mass from birth on the human body up to the age of 25. And it was observed that there was a general decline from age of 25 onwards to up to the age of 75. And then there was a significant drop after the age of 75. Now, interestingly, the graphs for physical activity shows the same trend, where it shows that there was an increase in physical activity from birth to the age of 25. And then there was a general decline across from the age of 25 to 75, and then again a significant drop after the age of 75. So of course, now looking at the two comparisons between physical activity and fat-free mass, we can't determine the causality for each other, right? But you can tell that there is a correlation where activity declines due to muscle mass declines, and then when muscle mass declines, activity declines. And when activity declines, muscle mass declines further. So things just go out of control. Now, in Singapore, there was a National Population Health Survey done in 2022, and that was the latest report. And it was reported that there was a decrease in the number of Singapore residents engaging in sufficient total physical activity, with an increase in obesity and hypertension. In Singapore, the average life expectancy is 84.19, and that is an increase of 0.15% compared to the previous year, 2023. Now, prior to that, the life expectancy in 2023 was 84.07 years, which was a 0.16 increase from 2022. So what that tells us, it seems that life expectancy in Singapore is on the rise, primarily due to the expansion and advancement of the healthcare system that we have, and we are lucky to be able to access improved living conditions such as housing and nutrition. So for people who live to this average age of life expectancy, which is around 84, 85 or beyond, and if physical activity declines, muscle mass declines, they are going to spend the last 5 to 10 years of their lives in a very poor physical state. Now, if there's anything I hope people to take away from what I'm sharing now, it is that you must focus on health span as much as you focus on lifespan. Okay, unfortunately, there has been a myopic focus on lifespan at the complete exclusion of health span for the past few decades. However, fortunately, I'm seeing a change in recent years with more attention given to health span. But many people still do not know how to identify the goal. So, hence, therein lies the why. It doesn't matter what your background is, whether you were a stellar athlete when you were younger, or you have never done any sport through your entire life. Everyone needs to be an athlete for life, and everyone has to aim to be the best version of being a centenarian athlete. So as what Nike's founder, Bill Bowerman, once famously said, "If you have a body, you are an athlete." I like that quote. So my goal now is to train for life, and as I age, I'm still able to do what I want to do for the rest of my life. So with that, I would like to keep my focus on two primary foundation pillars of health. And I would like all of you to share the same goals with me too. As a centenarian athlete, we want to think about 1. The activities of daily living, and 2. The activities beyond daily living. Broadly speaking, the two pillars of health are, first, your cardio pillars, and that covers your endurance and peak output efficiency. And next will be your strength pillar, and that covers your motor control skills, your muscle, and stability. I will talk more about this in the coming episodes. Now, before I end, I will add the links to the study I mentioned and the Singapore National Health Survey in 2022 in the description box of today's episode on my YouTube channel. So stay tuned and I will see you in my next episode. Bye!